All right, thanks for joining us on Facebook Live. I'm Gulf Coast meteorologist Jason Dunning.
And I'm Gulf Coast meteorologist Caroline Castora, and we are tracking the tropics.
Yeah, tracking Melissa, which I've been calling it Meandering Melissa over the last couple days, which I think kind of sums up what we expect to happen. It's not too often you get a storm that just kind of sits and spins and doesn't move a whole lot.
Moseying around in the Caribbean too. We could come up with a lot of alliterations here with Melissa, but that speed and how it's meandering is actually really important to the overall forecast, for intensity, for track, all of it combined.
A lot of variables, a lot of moving parts. The good news is that the impact, or rather the concern level for our area, the U.S., very low still. But anytime you have a developing system, especially one that's kind of weak and just drifting around down in this part of the Atlantic Basin, we want to watch it closely. Let's go over the new advisory, and also want to mention too, since we're on Facebook Live, if you have any questions that you'd like to ask us, any specifics about the storm, something maybe you're wondering about, just type that into the comments, and meteorologist Caroline Castora we'll bring some of those questions up, and we'll try to answer them as best as we can. So what we're looking at now is the latest advisory. The next one is due out at 11 a.m. At one point yesterday, Caroline, this got down to where it was moving at 1 mile per hour.
It was crawling earlier this morning. I said everybody can run faster than how the storm is moving.
Probably walk faster, yeah, exactly right.
Honestly.
The winds have not changed, and so the winds have been holding kind of steady, and you might think, okay, so this is in one of the warmest areas across the basin. How come this is not powering up into a big, strong hurricane? Well, it's dealing with some wind shear right now, but we do expect that to change over the next few days.
That shear has honestly been very important overall to the development, I would say, of this storm early on. If that shear wasn't in place, like you heard Jason say, it's one of the warmest spots in the entire basin. We could have seen insane rapid intensification if that shear wasn't present. So we were glad it's there, but like you said, it's also set to kind of dissipate and wind down a little bit over the next few days, and that's when we're expecting things to really intensify.
Yeah, the shear relaxes, and then the system should organize very quickly at that point, since the waters are so warm. But you can just kind of see, looking at the satellite presentation, notice where that red icon is, that tropical storm icon, and where the clouds are. And pretty much most of it is displaced on the eastern side. Let's go over the forecast cone. It looks more like a forecast circle, to be honest with you, just because of the slow-moving nature. And we're just going to kind of follow this along. There's Saturday afternoon, Sunday, into Monday, so early next week. For the next 5 days, it's still over the northern Caribbean, but the biggest change is that by early next week, we expect this to become perhaps a major hurricane, even reaching Category 4 strength.
Yeah, and so going from this tropical storm that's been taking its sweet time to organize and to intensify, really haven't seen much change in the wind speeds, at least over the last few updates, today and yesterday as well, to early Tuesday morning, winds at 130 miles per hour. That's quite the change in such a short distance as well. And given its proximity to Jamaica, that means they could be experiencing impacts from this storm itself for days on end because of that track just moving bit by bit each and every day and not really having much to steer it in one direction or the other.
Yeah, this could be potentially devastating for Jamaica. We'll have to watch there around Hispaniola as well, around Haiti. There's tropical weather alerts up there, even Cuba, as it eventually turns up to the north and northeast. But when you get a system that just spins and just kind of sits in the same area, you're concerned with extreme rainfall and flooding and landslides, not to mention the storm surge and the wind aspect of that. So as we watch there, for the residents across the Caribbean, there's a lot of concern with the impacts there. And then long range, that's what we all want to know about. What can we expect in terms of the strength, the track? Well, we're going to look at the strength first, and this is not something that we show a whole lot on air. But basically what we're looking at is this timeline. Each of one of those white lines, think of it sort of as the spaghetti plots for the strength instead of the track, right? The blue line, that's the forecast from the National Hurricane Center of the strength, and you can see it getting up to Category 4 status by early Tuesday, which is just above a good chunk of the guidance. Intensity forecast is one of the most difficult things to try to predict, especially 3 to 5 days out when you have a storm that's just kind of meandering. So we'll watch that closely.
Yeah, and also I will say the morning update early on, I would say around 3 o'clock this morning, it had more of those model members pushing up into higher intensity. At least from what I saw, the later data that we got this morning kind of pushed most of those white lines down. But the National Hurricane Center, they don't just update every single time they get new data. It takes a lot more for them to change their intensity forecast, which each of those advisories that we get a couple of times a day.
Yeah, they want to see consistency with the models, so you don't see these big changes every time you get the new advisory. Let's look at the comparison here between our main tropical forecast models, and look how it just kind of wanders around. You have a pack of models that want to kind of drift it west over toward Jamaica, and that seems to be the consensus.
Yeah.
And then you have a few models that want to bring it out to the northeast a little bit faster with a more rapidly organizing storm. So if this was able to kind of tap into some of that heat energy across the Caribbean, strengthen faster, then we could see a quicker exit off to the northeast, maybe closer to Hispaniola. But right now, the thinking is that it will likely slowly drift to the west near Jamaica.
And I got a question that's sort of related to the track, and this is what we want. We want you guys to ask us questions so we can make it a little bit more interactive. This is Michael. He asked, he's flying to Key West on Monday morning. Any thoughts about canceling my trip? Now, Key West is a little bit further south than we are, getting closer to where Melissa would be, but I think you're okay.
Yeah,
down
Michael,
in Key West.
you're good to go. If you're taking the express, enjoy yourself. I'll say that it is going to get pretty breezy across South Florida through the weekend, so it might be, if you're taking the Key West Express down there, it might be a little bit of a bumpy ride and probably pretty breezy down around Key West, but that'll probably be feeling, pretty refreshing with the warmth that we're going to see for the weekend too, and into early next week. So thanks, Michael. Great question there.
And then I got another one. This one's sort of related as well, and we could kind of use it to segue into talking about different variables with what's steering this storm and stuff like that. Seems like the general consensus is that the Gulf is closed for this hurricane season. What are your thoughts? And I feel like we can maybe touch on this and then continue talking about Melissa before talking even into more detail about that. But what we're dealing with nowadays is cold fronts that push across the United States and push into Florida, and that helps kind of deflect tropical activity away from the Gulf in a way. That's one reason why we haven't really seen much in the short term, or at least the last few weeks. But still, if you want to touch on it a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, I would, not closed. I would say maybe closing. It all depends.
Call.
It's kind of
last call.
We'll go with that. Last call. And hopefully we don't get anything in the Gulf. But what you have to watch out for late in the hurricane season is if you do have a storm like Melissa, and it doesn't look like Melissa is going to do this, but those more frequent fronts that come through, those dips in the jet stream, can scoop these storms north. If the timing is right, then sometimes these storms get scooped up into the Gulf.
Yes.
Usually as they move farther north, as they gain latitude this time of year, then the atmosphere is a little more hostile for tropical systems, which we like. But sometimes you can get these late season systems that move into the Gulf, but thankfully the Gulf has been pretty quiet. So that is a great question. And we're gonna get into the why part of the forecast here. Two fronts, all right? So earlier in the week and going back to this past weekend, it looked like perhaps that Melissa would get turned north faster by this front that's coming through South Florida right now. Well, it looks like it's gonna miss that front.
Yes.
The Melissa's gonna a little too far south, not as well developed, but there's another front coming down the pike, and you can kind of see it over portions of Texas. Let me actually kind of move the map a little bit, and you can see this developing front approaching Dallas and Houston by Saturday afternoon. So kind of keep that in mind. Let me see if I can get this to play again. So there's Hurricane Melissa by the weekend, and then we're expecting this front to move across the Gulf. And then once it gets close enough to Melissa to kind of feel the influence of that front, it gets escorted off to the northeast. But first, it looks like, it's kind of hard to avoid impacts across the greater Antilles around the Caribbean, but you can see it kind of marching over to the northeast. So that front will sort of work as our protector
Yes.
here across South Florida.
And it'll make it feel a little bit nicer next week too. But the main thing is it's helping to sort of deflect Melissa and pick it up and take it out to sea. Of course, it'll move through parts of the Caribbean before that happens, but at least for interest here in Florida, this is what we like to see when there's a system so close by.
And we've got pretty good model agreement between some of our more reliable models, the ones at least with the best track record. I'll show you one of those right now, actually. A lot of folks ask about, what does the European say? What does the American forecast model say? And, the European is not just one model. There's like many, many members of that model. I think over 50 particular members of the European. So what we're looking at right now is each one of those models that make up the European. And this will kind of give us a good idea of the overall confidence in the track. And I want to make kind of a point here as we zoom in over our area. We don't have one run or one little line there that takes it over into South Florida. So we feel pretty good about the eventual path, even though you can see a lot of squigglies there across the Caribbean.
And there's been a lot of chatter as to where the different ensemble members have been showing Melissa go in the future down the line once it makes it back out over into open water in the Atlantic. Some people saying, yes, it could get close to the east coast of the U.S. or the Bahamas. Maybe they could be impacted. But if you see the sheer number of lines showing solutions like that, it's 1 out of the 50, you say, or however many we are showing on this map. It's a limited number. You can't just run with one of those lines showing a possible outcome. You need consistency from run to run. If there's an overall shift in the pattern, oh, everything's moving to the west or everything's moving to the east, that's how you know you can make an informed decision when it comes to what that forecast is doing, rather than just saying, oh, that one has it moving towards where I live, so that's what's going to happen. That's just kind of irresponsible forecasting.
Yeah. And I know, if watching at home, it's kind of natural to key in on maybe you get 1 or 2 lines, they bring it up towards South Florida, and maybe, makes you nervous. No reason to be nervous in this situation. Let's take it a step farther. We have, this is a lot to digest.
I showed it this weekend. It looks like a kid drew on a map, and
Yep.
in a way it is a bunch of squiggly lines, but there's a method to the madness. You just have to kind of filter it out and know what you're looking at here. And that's, I assume, is that all of them?
That's all. That's 150, I believe, lines on the map. So this is the European, all the members that make up the European. This is the American, and this is the Canadian.
Yes.
So we've got every model you can imagine plotted on this map. And so, yeah, it does look like a little bit of model madness across the Caribbean. You can see there's not very much agreement in terms of the exact drift as it meanders there around, Jamaica. But out of all these 150 or so models, we've got one red line. This is from the Canadian.
Yeah.
That brings it up, in the vicinity of Florida. So I was doing the math earlier. 1 out of 150 is like 0.006%.
And tropical forecasting isn't really the Canadian model's strong suit as well.
Winter weather.
Yeah. So yes, it's a possibility because the model shows it, but is it realistic? No.
No, I wouldn't lose any sleep over it.
We
and
aren't.
of course, we'll keep you updated. Whenever you get a system that just kind of drifts and wanders around there, it's something we'll pay attention to, and we'll let you know if anything changes, of course. And do we have any more questions?
Michael just thanking us about thank us for the coverage and keeping Southwest Florida informed. But if you have any more questions, we love to answer them. It makes it more interactive. It helps ease your anxiety if this has stressed you out a little bit, or if you see a lot of weather information on your social media pages, we can help be a source that you can trust. And we are giving you the best possible forecast and clearest information.
And Michael, have fun in Key West, by the way.
Yeah.
Early next week. I'll be jealous. Coming up in about 25 minutes, we're going to have the new advisory from the National Hurricane Center. That 11 a.m. update is it's called the complete advisory. So it has an update to the forecast cone, an update to the forecast strength. So if you can see this gentleman sitting between us, this is Gulf Coast meteorologist Rafael Tavernier, and he's getting ready for the 11 a.m. news on Gulf Coast NBC. So he's going to bring you the latest with that 11 a.m. update. And then there's an intermediate advisory that comes out at 2 o'clock this afternoon. And the hurricane hunters will be kind of flying in and out of the system to collect that data. All of that gets fed into the models, and the hope is that we'll get
more accuracy,
more consistency, more agreement between the models. So thanks again for joining us, streaming on, I believe you're on YouTube and Facebook Live, right? Okay, well thank you again, and we'll keep you updated on the tropics here from the Gulf Coast Hurricane Center. I'm meteorologist Jason Dunning.
And I'm meteorologist Caroline Castor. Have a great Thursday.